My name is Lisa. I work at a local company while also managing the household. I live with my husband, Noah, our daughter, Madison, and Noah's parents in their family home. On this particular day,
That smell. It must be almost lunchtime.
Oh, Madison, did you finish studying early?
With a smell this good, it's impossible to focus on exam prep.
I'm cooking now, so just hang in there a little longer.
Oh, Lisa's the one cooking today. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh my, are you saying you're not excited when I cook?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
But Dad, you're always praising Lisa's cooking to the skies.
Yeah, it's totally different from when Grandma cooks.
You too. Stop saying unnecessary things.
So your reaction means you really don't care for my cooking her.
No, that's not true. Your cooking is the best in the world.
That's right. I'm sure you're just being polite when you compliment my cooking.
Oh, so that's why you were praising it so much. That's harsh, Dad.
Grandpa, if you make Mom sad, I won't forgive you.
Wait a minute. How did it end up like this?
Currently, Madison is preparing intensively for the entrance exam to a highly competitive university. One day, Noah's younger sister, Bernicia, arrived at the family home. It seems she recently went through a divorce, and custody of her child was given to her ex-husband.
How did things end up like this?
Bernicia, please don't be so down.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Hey, would it be okay if I stayed here with you? I feel so lonely by myself.
No, I can't let you impose on Lisa.
We'll help you out a bit financially, so find a place to live on your own.
What? Don't you feel sorry for me? It's awful that you're both pushing me away like this.
Bernicia, I'm okay with you living here. Bernicia didn't tell us why she got divorced, but I wanted to cheer her up, so I agreed to let her stay. Soon after, she moved in with us, but whether it was due to the stress of the divorce or something else, Bernicia began eating much more than usual. Bernicia, you don't have to force yourself to eat so much, you know?
Seriously though, you're eating way too much. At this rate, there won't be enough for the rest of us. Could you think about us and eat a little less?
But Lisa's cooking is just so delicious. Oh, and can you make fried rice tomorrow? I feel like I could eat an endless amount of it.
Not only was Bernicia eating excessively, but she also started consuming the food we had set aside and the snacks, causing our grocery expenses to nearly double. As her behavior became increasingly demanding, she even began inviting friends over, creating a noisy environment. This started to affect Madison, who had her entrance exams just a few days away, so we decided to.
Enough is enough. All you do is eat without contributing anything.
That's not true. I'm taking care of things just fine.
Don't lie. You haven't been job hunting or looking for a place to live, you just keep eating.
Madison has her exams in a few days. Please stop making noise in the house.
What's with everyone ganging up on me? Don't you think you're being a bit too harsh?
Since you came, we've been constantly thrown off balance. You've had plenty of time to heal. You need to move out by the end of next month. If you can't do that, then you'll have to pay Lisa 200,000 yens in rent.
Whether it was due to my father-in-law's words or not, Bernicia became quiet until Madison's exams were over. A few days later, Madison successfully passed the entrance exam for her chosen school. We decided to celebrate with a special dinner and prepared to cook a high-quality steak, but then... Wait, where's the steak? I know I put it here. Don't tell me.
Oh, you are back. Hurry up and make dinner. I'm starving.
Bernicia, about the steak that was in here.
Oh, that. It was absolutely delicious. The fat just melted in my mouth. It was pure bliss. You finally got something really nice for once. Thanks a lot.
Wait! There were 6 portions, right? You ate all of it.
Well, I could have eaten it all by myself, but since there was so much, I invited some friends over, and we had a barbecue in the yard. By the way, I didn't feel like cleaning up, so could you take care of that for me?
That steak was meant to celebrate Madison's acceptance into college. We were planning to enjoy it together at dinner. What are we supposed to do now?
How was I supposed to know that? It's not my fault. So what, if she hadn't passed, you wouldn't have eaten it? That's such a waste. I'm glad I ate it instead.
What? How can you say something like that?
Oh, come on, whether she passed or not doesn't matter to me. I've been quiet for a few days, so that steak was my reward. Just buy more or go out to eat. I'm still hungry, so make sure to get plenty.
As I stood there in shock, unable to process Bernicia's shameless attitude.
Ick. With an attitude like that, no wonder even your own son doesn't want to be around you. Honestly, you totally deserve the divorce.
What? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
Actually, I've been in contact with your son. He told me you used to eat huge amounts of food and then go begging for side dishes at friends' houses.
What? You did that too.
That boy is spilling all the unnecessary details.
It's not unnecessary. Because of that, he lost his friends.
Well, of course. No one would like a friend who comes begging for food all the time.
His father decided to divorce you because you wouldn't change, even after being told countless times. Now, he seems to be having a great time in a place where no one knows you.
I see. That must have been tough for him too.
So, you knew everything. Madison, is that why you've been so cold to me?
That's part of it, but anyone would be annoyed by loud noise when they're stressed from studying.
Hey, I overheard everything. So that's why you got divorced.
You caused that much trouble for others.
Oh no, Dad, Mom.
When Bernicia's shocking reason for her divorce was revealed, her parents confronted her.
Well, since everything's out in the open now, there's nothing more to say. Madison was right, no one could keep up with my appetite.
What kind of excuse is that? Your appetite is the problem here.
That's not true. It's not my fault everything tastes so good. Besides, I went to the doctor and they said I'm perfectly healthy.
Even if that's the case, it's still wrong to go to other people's houses begging for food.
There's nothing wrong with it. I get to eat things I can't make myself, so why not? And the food is much tastier and easier than what I cook.
When you first came here after the divorce, you seemed so depressed. What was that all about?
I was genuinely upset. My ex said he liked people who eat a lot, so I made sure to eat a lot. I feel completely deceived.
You went through the pain of a divorce, yet you haven't reflected on anything at all. Do you realize how much trouble you've caused Madison, who's been trying to study for her exams?
Ha. She passed, didn't she? So there's no problem at all.
Madison, I'm truly sorry you had to put up with this while studying.
We're so sorry. We never imagined it would come to this.
No, Grandpa, you and Grandma don't need to apologize. It's not your fault. It's all Aunt Bernicia's fault.
What? What a rude child. What's wrong with what I did? Eating is essential for living. Just because I'm better at it than others, don't be jealous.
Jealous? No one is jealous of that. You just can't control your own greed.
The only thing you excel at is pampering yourself.
You must realize by now that you're completely controlled by your desires, right?
Shut up. I eat because I want to, not because I'm controlled. And you know what? The more I eat, the more money the people producing the food make. So it's actually a good thing. Don't make it sound like I'm doing something wrong.
As Bernicia stubbornly refused to acknowledge any fault, I found myself internally exasperated.
Aunt Bernicia, you are so self-centered that no one is willing to stand by you.
Who do you think you are, talking like that? What could a child like you possibly understand?
It's the opposite. This is something even a child can understand. The fact that you still can't admit it after all this just shows how deep your issues run. The friends you shared that steak with today will probably cut ties with you eventually.
Why are you saying such cruel things to me?
Because you are the one being cruel by only thinking about yourself.
Fuck. Why is everyone turning against me? We're family. Isn't it natural to forgive each other?
Then you should also forgive us for hating you.
That's not the same thing at all. Besides, all meat is the same. If you're going to complain, just go eat at a nice restaurant right now.
I like the steak my mom cooks. That's why I requested it.
And I'm telling you, it's all the same. In fact, food made by professionals is obviously better.
Like you claim to love eating, but you have no appreciation for the effort behind cooking. Someone like you could never understand how frustrating this is.
Appreciation. You just want an excuse to criticize me.
That's enough. Why are you causing so much trouble for Lisa and the others?
Do you hold some kind of grudge against Lisa and her family?
Of course I do. She has everything, her husband, her child, everything. And now her daughter is even succeeding with her exams. It's just too unfair. They deserve a little hardship. It's only fair.
Bernicia finally revealed the reason behind her stubborn attitude, but it was nothing more than a baseless grudge. As we were left speechless by her irrational thinking, suddenly,
Even if you don't get divine punishment, you'll still face the consequences. We can't keep you in this house any longer. You need to leave.
Yes, that's for the best. You've shown no sign of remorse despite everything that's been said.
Maybe living on your own will help you appreciate the value of cooking a little more.
Wait a minute. I haven't found a place to live or a job yet. Kicking me out now is way too sudden, don't you think?
You're just planning to keep freeloading here, aren't you? But that's not happening. I spoke to our older sister about this.
What? You talked to our sister. What did you do?
She helped find you a job and a place to live. You're lucky to have such a great brother and sister. Starting tomorrow, you'll be working and living at an inn deep in the mountains. It's remote, but it's popular with guests, so you'll have plenty of work to do.
What? That's definitely a terrible job. I can't possibly walk there. No way.
Our sister left a message for you. Work like your life depends on it. So, like it or not, you'll be at that and working by this time tomorrow.
No way. She's really angry.
You've been lazy for far too long. You're no longer in a position to be picky about jobs. Besides, the deadline we set for you to leave is almost here, so the timing couldn't be better.
Take this opportunity to get that lazy body and spoiled attitude of yours straightened out.
No way. Do you have any idea how much I've invested in this body? Lisa, please. If this keeps up, I'm going to waste away.
You'll be healthier, earn money, and have a place to live. It sounds like a great deal to me.
That's only if I wanted it. Being forced into it is pure torture. I'll apologize for everything. Please, convince them to let me stay.
Well, if you're not going to leave, can you pay the 200,000 yen rent my father-in-law mentioned every month?
What? Are you mocking me? I told you I don't have a job. How could I possibly pay that? And honestly, aren't you embarrassed to demand such an amount from family?
Just when Bernicia seemed to finally humble herself and ask for help, it was clear she still put herself first. So, I decided. Enough is enough. Aren't you embarrassed by your behavior? Even if we're family, hogging all the food and snacks is just too much.
I can't help it. My body needs that many calories to function. Everyone has their own body type and dietary needs, just accept it as part of my personality.
But there are limits. If you need that many calories, why don't you just drink oil?
I can't do something so unhealthy.
If you're concerned about your health, then rethink your eating habits. You're just making excuses so you can eat whatever you want. And on top of that, you've treated Madison so poorly. I can't be kind to someone like that anymore.
Wait, no. Forget what I just said. I didn't mean it. I was just caught up in the moment.
Caught up in the moment? Just like you've been caught up in eating everything in sight. There's no taking it back. Even if you somehow came up with the 200,000 yens, I'd still say no. We can't take care of you anymore, so from now on, someone else will have to.
This is happening because you didn't take the chance to reflect when you should have. They say even a sane's patience has its limits. What will happen if you mess up again?
Wait, please don't send me to that inn. I'll gradually improve my behavior, I promise.
This is the moment when you should be saying you'll leave immediately.
It seems like you really do need some tough love to set you straight.
Especially since it's through our sister's connections. You can count on that.
It's going to be really strict, isn't it? Well, take care and stay healthy over there.
Instead of complaining, you should start preparing for your new life tomorrow. See you later, bye-bye.
What? How did it come to this?
And so, the next day, Bernicia was taken away by our older sister-in-law, who had come to pick her up. The place she was brought to was deep in the mountains, surrounded by nature as far as the eye could see. Bernicia found herself working at a large, solitary house in the middle of nowhere, and it turned out to be a living hell. She was woken up early each morning to do chores like cleaning, laundry, and helping with cooking. When those tasks were done, she was put to work tending the garden and running errands. Thanks to the things our sister-in-law had heard from us, every place where food was stored, like the refrigerator, was locked up, making it impossible for Bernicia to sneak any extra food. The meals provided were far from satisfying, and she was even tasked with guiding guests to the mountaintop nearby. Thus, Bernicia spent her days constantly hungry, enduring grueling work with no relief in sight. Meanwhile, as for our family,
Finally, I get to eat that premium steak.
As expected of A5 grade beef, the smell alone is enough to make me want to eat it with just rice.
Hey, Dad, want to try some? It already tastes amazing just from the smell.
Noah, what are you doing?
Sorry, he's been making noise about it nonstop over here.
Dad, if you fill up on rice, you won't have room for the steak, right?
No, I'm definitely eating it. With a smell this good, not eating it is out of the question.
But Noah, you're about to finish a whole bowl of rice.
Busted? Totally busted.
He was looking forward to it so much. What a shame.
Madison, you can have Noah's portion of the steak.
Yay. Thanks, Dad.
What? I told you I'm eating it.
After all that happened, we finally sat down to enjoy that premium steak. The meat had a beautiful marbling, with fine streaks of fat evenly distributed through the tender red flesh. Just by looking at it, you could tell it was going to be delicious. As we started grilling it, the savory aroma filled the air, making it tempting enough to eat with just rice. Noah, feeling the same way, got a bit too excited and kept making a fuss next to me, so I served him a bowl of rice to calm him down. But he ended up finishing the whole bowl before we even started eating. By the time we began our meal, he was already looking full. I figured Madison might end up with Noah's extra steak, and with that thought, we all settled in to enjoy a truly delightful meal together. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.